Here's Nat and hello. Welcome to Crow Brothers channel. This showcase Palmetto State Armory AK-47 GF3. Is this a Russian weapon, you ask? Niet. This is American. Das Vidaniya. Hey everybody, welcome back to Crow Ranch. Adam, Brent, we're the Crow Bros, our fearless cameraman Pat, and we're in beautiful Colorado. Sunny day, little snowy as you can tell. We're going to take this weapon to the woodshed. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the Palmetto State Armory AK-47 GF3. Brent, why don't you tell us a little bit about this entry-level weapon from PSA?
All right, so again, just to echo what Adam said, obviously we've got one of the samples, a GF3, Golf Foxtrot 3, 16-inch barrel, fixed stock version, semi-automatic, 7.62 by 39 caliber. I'm not super familiar with AKs at all. I've got a little experience with them in the sandbox, tinkering with this and that, so I'm not going to profess to be the almighty AK guy. No. I don't know a whole lot about these.
I know how to soak them in diesel to get the cosmoline off and, you know, run them, but that's what I know. So
yeah, I know it's got a 16-inch barrel, obviously the same hype you've heard online and you know, on other YouTube reviews. You've got, you know, your forged trunnion, forged bolt carrier and bolt assembly. Obviously, like I said, it's a semi-automatic platform. I believe this is upgraded with some Magpul furniture, Midwest Industries rail, and we got the Holosun reflex on this, or red dot.
Love that Holosun.
Oh, somebody might tear me alive for saying reflex. Red dot. I love the Holosun too. Yeah, absolutely. With the bigger window, and otherwise, this is a great little setup. I'm obviously not as well versed as Adam is on the AKs. I fall on the other side of the house. Obviously, there's a separation of church and state with M16 and M4 sure. and AR-15 guys and AK-47 guys. Unfortunately, he's on that side of the house.
You guys know, like, comment in the bottom if you guys are AK fans. Obviously, we're going to go right into the first thing every AK guy goes into. It runs. She's a runner. She's a sewing machine. I've got about 1,200 rounds through this particular weapon, and she has yet to give me anything that resembles a hiccup. I'll
give you that.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
I think that the furniture you were just referring to that we put on this weapon really sets it off.
Looks cool.
It looks cool.
Looks tough.
The idea of making this a truck gun by putting this folding Zukov stock by Magpul on it, the furniture feels a lot more. I just get better purchase on the forend, and this is the Magpul MOE K2 Plus rubberized pistol grip. The purchase on this. It just feels so tight in your hand. I think you should absolutely have one of these on the weapon.
Yeah, I agree. Some of the other things I've noticed, and after watching some other YouTube channel videos of what people are getting here, one of the complaints they're having is the safety. They have an upgraded safety selector on this. Ours does feel like it's getting a little loose, which is not a big deal. I guess you just have to pop it out and kind of re-index it or give it a little bend to tension that back up. But it's not to the point where it's flopping around, really. It's not knocking loose. So I can live with that.
Tell TV Land about that.
But I do like, I mean, of the other AKs that I picked up, though, you can actually manipulate it with, like you're supposed to.
You can.
Which means it's a functional safety. Instead of sitting there trying to hit it with a sledgehammer to take it on and off, I can actually, you know, manipulate this as needed. And so that, to me, makes it more functional. You got the upgraded, what is this, the nickel boron?
Nickel boron fire control group from PSA. I think that it reduced the trigger pull. We put it on the scale. It was pulling, I think, 7 out of the box, 7 pounds. This pulls at about 3.5 pounds with this new nickel boron fire control group. So I think it was worth the extra couple pennies to throw that in, and it doesn't double on you. So,
you know, I'll be honest with you. I'll give it to you that, I mean, as far as reliability, we have people up here shooting with us all the time, and I mean, you name it, the entire gamut of firearms, lever action, semi-autos, bolt actions, whatever. As far as, you know, reliability, there's a few guns that when somebody brings up, I'm just like, oh no, they're gonna shoot that.
Yeah.
Great, let's see how this goes. But I know when you grab this and we have a, you know, full mag in it, and you know, you've taken care of it, you've oiled it, you've cleaned it. You got to do that with every weapon. I don't care who you say you are. If you don't maintain your weapon, that's on you. What I really want to know is, okay, what's the rifle actually like? I mean, it's $600. That's a pretty damn good deal for $600 after shooting this thing. It runs. It's a soft shooter. I mean, a 7.62 by 39 is not exactly a soft recoiling weapon, but I mean, for what it is in the platform, it's a pretty soft shooter.
Do you
if you add a brake or something onto it, that's going to mitigate that recoil even more. I personally, as far as it's a chunky rifle. It's easy to manipulate, especially up in these conditions in snow, mountainous stuff, cold weather, ice, rain, you name it. That's where this thing is supposed to shine, right? It's supposed to eat all that up and laugh with a hammer and sickle, right?
Absolutely. I mean, think about this. Of all the weapons that we own, all 2 of them,
damn boating accidents.
Damn boating accident. Can you think of a rifle that you own that is sub $600 that is more reliable, that you would grab off the rack if the zombies came right now?
I mean, sub 600. I mean, yeah, but it also starts with PSA.
It does, doesn't it? I was thinking the same thing.
And again, I'm not sponsored. We're not sponsored by PSA. We pay for this crap with our own money because it's affordable. It works. And before, I'm a little bit of a gun snob, as my brother would say.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm starting to drink the Kool-Aid. You know, I'm not made of millions. I work hard for my money. I like having my nice toys, and I like having stuff that I can take on my own private range with my brother and enjoy shooting it. Not have things blow up on me, fail or otherwise. So I'll be brutally honest if there's having those issues.
Speaking to that, I was just thinking about steel ammunition, steel cases. There are a lot of weapons that I would not run steel, as attractive as the price can be. But when it comes to 7.62 by 39 in this particular weapon, no problem with steel. I have no complaints about buying some wool for some Tula and running her, because it just doesn't feel or fire much differently. Now we can talk about maximum effective range. The notion that you're shooting at 100 yards versus 200 yards with some of this ammunition.
I mean, yeah, we can get into all that, but I mean, at the end of the day, you're spending sub $600 on a decent weapon that's gonna run reliably. And me personally, especially with the ammunition shortages we've had, I mean, I don't want to get into political stuff and otherwise, but I mean, ammo has been hard. It's getting better, but it does fluctuate, and they've been doing this game for years. So to me, I want to be able to go and whatever they happen to have on the shelf that's the right caliber, I want to be able to pick it up and run it in the gun. And I believe this will do that. That's kind of been my experience with a lot of the PSA stuff. I'm pleased with the performance of it. Obviously, it does great with brass case, but we've also shot some steel case with this thing as well. I couldn't tell a damn difference. I mean, there's a little bit of lacquer buildup in there or whatever, but like I said, maintain your damn gun. So my biggest point on this is it's sub $600. It's a good looking firearm. You can put a couple of bucks into it if you choose. You can leave it in stock form. I fired it both ways, stock and not. There's some cool features on this that really make it a little more versatile. You know, this is a great truck gun option. Are you going to be a U.S. Army Navy SEAL sniper with this thing? No. Is it minute of man? Yeah. It's probably sub 2 minute of angle. Manageable recoil. 100% reliable with me, and I will chew it up if it's got a failure. I'll let you know. I haven't had one with this. No failures to feed, nor otherwise. This thing runs great. It's an AK. I would expect that of it.
When you have this in your hand, and you think about an AR, do you really think this is as heavy as everybody likes to talk about?
I mean, compared to like an M16, no. I mean, it's similar. I mean, is it like compared to like 240 Bravo? This is definitely on the lighter side of things, or a SAW.
Sure, but
I mean, it's a light side folding 30 round magazine, 20 round magazine, whatever the hell you want to put in it. Some of the 50 round drum stuff. You know, it's for what you get. I think it's a solid purchase. I think that I'll continue to put my money in some of these products, until they let me down, and then I'll let you know when that happens too. But as of right now, they're not. So the old stigma that PSA used to have and their reps about their quality, I know they put a lot of money into their current manufacturing and their product lines, and I think they're stepping it up. They're listening to they're listening to the customer. They're making adjustments on their shot groups when it comes to production, and I think they're doing a good job. I mean, I don't know any other American-made company is putting out a product like this,
nah,
of this quality,
nah.
for that money, for sub 600. You might be able to go find something at a pawn store for $500 or $600, but it's going to be used, beat up. You don't know the backstory of it, and it sure as hell isn't going to have a warranty.
No, not a chance. You guys, if you're thinking about putting an AK on the shelf, why don't you go ahead and put yourself into something like this for sub $600? And if you want to drink the Kool-Aid, great. Go out and buy the nicest of the nice. But this is a great way to get started in an AK.
You know, great way to get into an AK rhymes.
Great way to get into an AK.
So, you know, coming from the military background that we both have, this is obviously a battle-tested platform. It's supposed to withstand all of the grit and grime and water and rust. And
it does.
This is actually going to do that. I feel. Up at the ranch, we are hard on guns up here. We're really hard. We beat them up. They get dropped. They get packed in snow and mud. Sometimes on purpose, sometimes not. You see sights fall off. You see all kinds of stuff. I haven't had that with this yet. And usually after you shake out about 300, 400, 500 rounds, which is most break-ins and everybody, whatever the hell you want to say, it needs a 500 round break-in, needs 200 round break-in, whatever. We're past that. We're like, 11, 12, 1,300 rounds. I don't know, but it's over 1,000. I guarantee it. It's working. It runs. So for me, can I go hike through the forest, pound it down pack it with snow, pound sand with it, beat it up, let it be out in the rain, pick it up and expect it to fire? Yeah, I feel like I can with this sample. Obviously, I don't have access to 1,000 of these things to look over and inspect, but the one sample we got, and we didn't tell them we do reviews when we ordered this thing. They don't have any idea that we did that. They just sent us something. It wasn't cherry picked. This is what we got, and I'm pleased with the sample, and I'm impressed with it. I'm not going to tell you what to spend your money on, but I am going to tell you I work hard for my money, and would I buy this? I would.
Now that I've bought it, I'm absolutely positive that I'm going to buy the 9mm pistol version, the AKV. I have got to get my hands on that. I think we're going to be doing some videos coming up on that. I've got a suppressor that'll host that really well, and we gotta get our hands on one of those AKV 9mm.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really looking forward to that. We also have another suppressor coming out of jail here pretty soon, so we can maybe do a review with that coming up also as well. I'd like to see what the recoil impulse on this thing suppressed looks like. We haven't shot any rounds through this suppressed yet. Maybe a break in the future to kind of mitigate that recoil and kind of see. I think that you throw a brake on this thing or a suppressor. Some of the higher end AKs that I fired, I don't think that I'll be able to tell the difference. Personally, I mean, you guys can put some hate comments down below if you want to.
You wouldn't be able to. All you know how to do is take an Easter block stamped weapon out of the sandbox, get the Cosmoline off of it, rack it a few times, and then you take it into the field.
Yeah.
This is head and shoulders above those.
It is, with a warranty.
All right, you guys, let's do some final thoughts real quickly before we get out of here. Brent, what'd you think of your impressions after firing it 1,000 rounds?
I enjoy shooting it. I really do. Obviously, all guns are fun to shoot, especially when they're running right. And being an AK, it runs. Whether it's 74, 47, whatever it is, it runs. You could beat it up. You could run it fast. I'm not nice to guns, as you know. I run them hard. I treat them like my bitch. And, you know, I was hard on it, and it took all my slaps that I could give it, like Rihanna.
You guys, we can't thank you enough for stopping by and checking out our video. Make sure to watch some of our other reviews from the Crow Bros here in beautiful Colorado. We thank you. We'll see you again next time.